Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to another Nexus Gaming Series matchup. Tonight, featuring BeatGen al Classico versus gillyShark at Bingo Night. Our early map bans for the blue team tonight, BeatGen banning D-Shire and Garden of Terror. Meanwhile, gillyShark opting to ban both 2-lane maps, so no BOE and no Braxis. And our first map, I believe, is going to be Alterac Pass. Let's get that on the board. This was picked by the blue team. And I'm going to have to update their logos every 5 seconds because they decide to put a colon in their name. Please don't put colons in your names. Weird that exclamation points like Bingo Night has are totally fine, but the colon messes with Soothsayer in the worst way. And we have 6 people here for the side of Bingo Night. And with me tonight, I have the most delicious orange. It is so juicy. And I peeled it so well. Go me. gillyShark is a team I have not cast yet this season. I'm trying to make it to everybody. We'll see if I get there before the season's over. Admittedly, there's been some repeats. Let's go, Sidonian. So go gillyShark. Me to team 2. Alright. We have one in the outhouse right now. But we should be ready to rock and roll here very shortly. All right. Every time I hear the word outhouse, I think of Shrek. Yeah, that's fair. It's the outhouse with when Donkey comes knocking or whatever. I should go back and watch Shrek. It's been a minute. I gave up my spot for Wono tonight so I could cheer for the opponents. Amazing. Unless they lose. Unless they lose game 1 side, then you gotta jump in there and save the day. Wow, Stark is level 5,500. That is a lot of levels. Smash Mouth narrating Shrek during his morning routine. Right. Alright, let's get to it. First map tonight is going to be Alterac Pass. I expect we're going to see some Falstad bans or picks tonight. Especially on Alterac. I think that's a hero you just can't ignore. on this map. We see immediately a Garrosh ban. gillyShark coming in with a plan. It's same for BeatGen, immediately banning the Samuro on Alterac, probably a good call. And when the next victim, and we are speed banning here in game 1. And yeah, there's the Felstad ban. Probably a good call. Let's see what first pick here will be. A lot of good options. Anub'arak amongst one of the best, in my opinion. I think that's a very strong first pick. Especially in Alterac. Mostly because of Alterac. So for the side of BeatGen, I think best healer available here is likely the Rhaegar, especially if Anduin banned. I could see Brightwing taken early too. And maybe just like a boring Blaze or... Yeah, Sylvanas is also pretty good. Nice split pushing hero. What do you pair with the Anub'arak? I guess maybe that's why they banned the Garrosh. Interesting. We see a Kharazim. And the immediate Deathwing pick here. These teams are definitely coming in with a plan. I don't know if I've ever seen a draft go this quickly, but I'm here for it. I expect that means that gillyShark will be banning Leo. What do you have best available against Deathwing right now? The Greymane is still available. That's a pretty decent pick. You could still pick Leo if they don't ban it here, which I assume they will. Nazebo is not a terrible counter to the Deathwing right now as well. Kind of makes it hard for him to land. Yeah, then we see the Leo ban. So, Malthael is available. Greymane's still available. Don't really know. Okay, it's going to be the Nazebo. So BeatGen playing the late game here. And we see Johanna taken, so no offlaner yet. I don't even know what offlaner I like here. How does Deathwing interact with Sonya 20? Obviously, the W is going to get damage. But does the Chomp basically do nothing? I don't know. See, Cassia and Hogger. So the camp clear for both teams going to be pretty good. Probably a slight nod to the direction of the Hogger. And McGiblets has the final pick. I almost think Thrall? Maybe it's Thrall. Or Matthew, I don't know. It's Chen. Interesting. I think I hate the Chen. I think Deathwing kind of just farms this. And Chen only has really one target to barrel the Cassia, so maybe it's Panda Pals? I wonder how Panda Pals does in the Deathwing. I don't know, we'll find out. Game 1 of this best of 3 about to start. We're in Division A tonight. Not sure if I mentioned that yet, but there's where we are. And we got to get our Gibbs death count up on the board, starting at 0 tonight. There we go. And from left to right tonight, we have BeatGen, El Classico, our home team in blue. Shenanigans, playing Johanna, Randy Newman on Nazebo. Linehouse, playing Rhaegar, Wono on the Sylvanas. And McGiblets on the Chenathan. Meanwhile, from right to left, we have in red, gillyShark at Bingo Night. Grand Paladin on the Anub'arak. Miller Coffee playing Kharazim. Stark on Hogger. Icon playing the Cassia. And already in the air, I don't remember who it was. Sturman on the Deathwing. We're going to see Icon and Miller Coffee start in this bottom lane. Probably going to be throwing some Qs at the bottom wall. As Deathwing lands mid. Hogger already heading top. No, not going to throw any Qs. Just going to vibe. Both teams going to vibe. Maybe Waiter... I mean, still can't cheese anymore, but... Matthew is not banned. We have things in the deep, Nazebo. Deathwing using literally all the energy early. And still didn't kill a minion. But Hogger immediately starting on camp here, already getting prio. Well done here by Stark. Johanna deciding what to take. Wait, the Cassia and the Joe are having a standoff here. One wants to take globes, one wants to take autos. This is really funny. Gibbs might be in a little bit of trouble here. And is this going to be first blood? It is. Nice pick by Bingo. Bingo Knight, rather. Right away. Johanna takes blinds, and we do see Qs from the Cassia. As the camps are going to be colliding here shortly. The Zebo already at 17 stacks. We'll be keeping an eye on that as the game progresses. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, a little bit of damage already being done here. A nice first blood. Oh, and Gibbs already died. We already get to put one on the board here, and we'll do that after this gank attempt into the mid lane. I have to alt-tab out, put one on the board. If I enter that, yep, okay, good. Gibbs death, one. More to come, I feel. I don't understand the Chen pick. We might have a chance to ask him later. Wono going to be able to get out of here in time. Linehouse getting caught just a bit, but able to skirt out in time. Camp's going to be up again in about 30 seconds. Hogger was more on the ball than the blue team, so he will be able to get to that soon. Right after he clears a top wave here. A nice wall by Randy Newman there. Going to get a little bit of a stall with the zombie wall. Gibbs inting. Good thing I got out in time. I wonder if I could somehow automate that. Ooh, that would be a good idea. I'm gonna find a way to automate that so that chat can actually do a Gibbs death, and it'll up the timer. But I'd have to set it that you can't happen more than like 1 minute at a time. Otherwise, it could get spammed. I like that. Pretty boring game so far, kind of to be expected. We did get a nice early pick, but since then, everybody been kind of chilling. Both teams going to take care of the camp here. Sub done? No, only 3. Wono already has 49 stacks in the Zebo, so he's doing a nice job there. Deathwing marching his way down to the bottom lane. Chat would abuse it. Well, that's what I'm saying. It would have to have some sort of timer. I love how chat would abuse it. It's literally just you guys. And Grand Paladin doing what a Nubrax do best on this map. And immediately starting this objective. And blue team is going to be late to this. And it's 4-man effort here. Nazebo's in the top lane. They're going to be able to get a lot of time here if they probably could actually get this full thing. It's going to be hard for them to kill Deathwing without the Nazebo. Alright, they are able to retake it there. Iron doesn't have a ton of mana left. Newbie Movie going full W. I do not know what these talents are called. What? Shidonius plating? Yeah, that's why I'm so confident it would be abused. Nice cue there from Cassia to interrupt the channel. Both teams working on their camp. I was going to say easy camp, but it's easy and hard because it's the only camp that they can do. little bit of engage here in the mid lane. Cassie going in for a dive, but it's a 3-on-4 now. Zombie wall will miss. And the blue team, Chen, able to get the objective started for his team, and they may actually be able to get this. Chen could probably just kind of die for it. Red team is completely zoned out. Snag's going to have to do a lot of work to make sure nobody can kind of push into this. But with only 4 seconds remaining, it looks like the blue team is going to be able to get this first objective. And Sylvanas here against Miller Coffee. The duel rages on, but ultimately both of them will go their separate ways. 30 seconds would be enough. Also, we could have 2 counters, one for this match, one for every cast you've done. I think I'm at like, oh, like every like a grand total of Gibbs deaths, as opposed to just the game. Level 10s are here, and we already have a Cocoon. Does Johanna have Unstop Up? Yes. So, should be able to walk out of this. Okay, walk out of it's a bit of a exaggeration. But 3 ultimates are used, and let's go over those ultimates as we just saw them there. We did see both the Shockwave, the 7-sided, and Cocoon used. What we didn't see is the Valkyrie, which we do see now. Wono not quite getting the Ancestral in time, and Chen able to bop people around, but yeah, they're going to be able to walk out of there pretty much scotch-free. The objective cleaned up as well. And in the top lane, Nazebo getting run down by the Hogger. Nice play by Stark to get that solo bolo here in the top lane. 4-0 in kills in favor of gillyShark. And dueling very well here in the early stages. Chicondrius. So more like Chicondrius. Pronounced like poisonous at the end. Poisonous. Chicondrius. Okay. And the SH word at the beginning. Okay, Tom. You know what? It's just W. We're just W at 7. You know, that's fine. That's all you need to know. Cocoon onto the target again that has an unstop. And I think it's just going to be a 7-sided, but should be able to get the Ancestral, yeah. And he's going to be able to get out of there. Grand Paladin also has an unstop, so she's just going to be able to get out of here. No problem at all. So. But. Worked last time. You see Skyfall. Okay. 7. Let's see, what are these other talents? Shed Exoskeleton and Nerubian Armor. How is Nazebo still dying? Every time... I mean, the top lane is just farming Nazebo. Must have been a good fear. No, fear wasn't even used. It could have been used. I lied. Was fear used? No, it wasn't. I'm missing everything. I'm the worst caster in the world. People are just dying everywhere for no reason. Listen, chat. I understand you're trying to get me to say it right. I'm not going to do that. Kaitonius. That's what I get out of cannies. Kaitonus. Kaitonus. Kaitinus. Kai. Now, the phonetics better. Like, okay, Kaitinus. Kaitinus. Is that? Am I doing it? Did I miss... I missed BeatGen killing something, huh? Whatever. I'm getting most of the gillyShark kills. Mostly. Chitinous. Is Randy Newman dying again in the top lane? Okay, he got a way to get out of it this time. And now Stark might be in a little bit of trouble. Nice Cocoon there. 300 HP in a Dream. And a Dream will be enough. Stark getting out of there. The last one is correct. Chicago? Chicago was the right one. Okay. I'll stick with Chicago. Nazebo running down buildings. And Sherman is farming right now. Ancestral immediately used. Valkyrie not going to catch much. The Fear going to scare some people away, but not in the direction that the Deathwing was hoping. Chen actively healing the Deathwing here by existing. Stark, does he have E available? Yes, he does. And he will get out of there. Are we going to see another Cocoon? We do see the Shockwave come out. He's effective rage bait at this point. I mean, yeah, that's... Yeah, it is. It is. No, that's fair to say. Cocoon on a Sylvanas. They're going to need Miller Coffee to get in there for the 7-sided, but it's a nice play by the Chen to negate some of that damage. Good Valkyrie to get the Chen back in. Silence Arrow misses. Deathwing being a bully. And while the red team will get this objective, they also have 16s. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Randy Newman taking out this bottom fort. Or trying to, at least. Deathwing's not going to be able to land for a couple of seconds yet. Randy Newman coming in to finish the job. He's going to put him in a wall. And he's going to be really sad about that. And that's where the counter to Deathwing comes in. He's going to have to full tap right now, but... The building should be... I mean, surely Randy doesn't die to this, right? Yeah. Okay. Red team full gets the objective here. Their first of the game. Grand Paladin getting a little bit low, but a high 5 will secure his safety as well. 53 stacks on the Cassia. 150 about each for the Sylvanas and Zebo. Did I miss any Gibbs deaths? No. Zebo has 2 very battered and bruised buildings to go take whenever he feels like it. But in the meantime, he's going to have to deal with this objective here from the red team. Spin is going to be down. See if they try to engage on that. Looks like no. Instead, Sylvanas and Rhaegar going to be doing their best to clear in the top lane. Big focus here on the mid lane. It's Paladin, Iron, and Coffee look to be taking this forward. Nice 7-sided there to discourage any additional shenanigans from the Johanna. And now as the minions die, we might see a shield. Snag looking real scary, but all bark and no bite. As the shield isn't popped. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, the Gargantuan gonna help get this cleared out. And gillyShark looking to finish the job here in the bottom lane. They should be able to, if a little bit of poking here. Let's see how much they want to commit here. Deathwing's going to be marching forward. 4 on 4. They don't have 7-sided yet. And no Shockwave. During all my yapping, it looks like gillyShark was able to successfully kill the first fort of the game. And there's a lot of forts, but meanwhile, I mean... These 4 forts have the HP of barely 1. Pretty interesting. Are we going to see a Cocoon here? They do have 7-sided up. Let's see if they go with the Cocoon. No, I'm not going to try this time around. gillyShark a full level ahead. A building ahead as well, so they're doing fine on their ways to 20. But Nazebo will have Vile Infection done soon. Nice silence here. Shield still available. But that's a 90-second ult down now for Sylvanas for a 50-second Valkyrie. The Valkyries have been very good this game, too. Helping secure a couple of kills. Iron calling for help, gets a nice high 5 there. Whoa, no, full ease in, and... Okay, full ease out. I forget that they are both E-build. We do have shield available, should they decide to go. Cocoon immediately onto Sylvanas. Linehouse tries to break him out. A Fear is going to catch 3 people of the blue team. A Shockwave now, and a beautiful stun there from Stark. Cassie with the damage. Ancestral will be late. And a very nice combo here from the side of gillyShark. Able to catch 2 members of BeatGen out. Thanks to a nice Fear from the Deathwing. Setting that play up nicely. The top lane does fall. Nazebo's been kind of split pushing all game. And, is mid gonna fall as well? No, looks like mid will be fine here. Definitely gonna take a couple of lumps, but we'll be able to clear this out before it does any critical damage. Meanwhile, Valkyrie not connecting this time. I feel like Valkyrie is quite good specifically on this map because you're playing in such a wide open area. If you're trying to play Valkyrie on like Infernal or like Tomb, it's miserable, dude. Like, it's an ult that really is easy to mess up. But Iron is playing it very well here. Level 20s are up, Deathwing's gonna be landing, and immediately the Chen turns around and goes, you know what? That's fine, you can have that camp. I don't want it. And rightfully so. Would like to see Nazeebo kind of sneak down here to the bottom lane to try to get this building down. Obviously, don't want to die for it, but 3 seconds left on the objective. Boss will be started here. And let's see how the blue team is going to react to this. Will they try to fight the boss? I mean, it is kind of suicide, but Deathwing does not have fear, I don't believe. Oh, he might have fear back now. Yeah, he should. He only used it mid. He should have fear back. So yeah, this is pretty impossible for BeatGen to play. This should secure the bottom keep. This is actually really well timed, whether it was intentional or not. This thing's going to be pushing out at roughly the same time as the Raiders coming too. So this should definitely get a keep. I expect to see a lot of effort here to take this bottom building. And with level 20s, if they get a couple of picks, gillyShark could just end too. See a shockwave used already, but not going to find much. They just try to blow everything on to... And there's the Valkyrie. Unfortunately, I was talking about. Deathwing is going to be taking minus 40, though. The fear is nice. And a very discombobulated fight right now. Chen's going to have to barrel to try to save the Sylvanas. And will do so successfully. But Chen going to be in a lot of trouble now after this barrel ends. Able to jump onto the boss to get out of danger. But that's a big stagger bar. A good heal from Linehouse. But Deathwing is what Deathwing does, and Deathwing absolutely slaps right now. Nice catch there by Grand Paladin on the Sylvanas, who's running into the core, but will not get there. And now with a very healthy boss, I don't even think they need multiple keeps now as Deathwing flies over the core. It's a 3-on-5, and the boss is doing terrible, terrible damage to this core. The armor trying to hold true, and they're getting a little bit low. Johanna might be able to get a little bit of damage in here. It's nice blinds with the heal. 7,000 on the core. The focus by the red team now going back to the core. Dropping fast. Deathwing providing a little bit of fire. And a little bit of a hectic fight. But GG's will come out. And gillyShark at Bingo Night. Taking game 1 here of this best of 3. Very dominant showing from gillyShark here in the early stages of this match. Leading away in damage, undoubtedly, is the Deathwing. No spell power reduction from at 4 from Chen. Yeah, the Chen was a really interesting pick for me. I don't really know what the Chen was there to do. Didn't even take level 20. Unlucky. Oh, did we have another Chen death? We did have another Chen death, so we have to make sure we update our counter. There we go. Very much seemed like gillyShark had a much better plan going into this match. Or into this, at least game 1. And, the Cocoon, the Karazim ult, that's really all they needed, even through the unstops. I was surprised that they were able to kill as much as they were off of that, even with the unstops available to them. They did just a really nice job, and they just kind of farmed. 9-1 in kills, only a 17-minute Alterac game. Wasn't able to get the Vile damage that they were hoping for at 20. And so we go to the next lobby, which is going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen. We'll see if we can get a best of 3 here tonight, or if gillyShark is going to sweep. After game 1, I would say their brooms are ready, are poised for a sweep. This was picked by Team 1. There we go. I have to duplicate this. Paste. This was picked by them. All right. Looks like we have a substitution here for the side of gillyShark. I think they got a relatively large team. All right. Lobby is up. We got everybody in their correct spots. We should get rock and rolling here in just a moment. If this game goes quick enough, I can even cast the other game tonight. If it goes really fast, I can cast the heroic game, which would be kind of cool. All right, we are just waiting on the ready from both teams. I'm not sure. They must be talking a little bit of strategy. All right, we got the green light from BeatGen. Just waiting on the all clear from Gilly. And there is the clear from there. So here we go. Tomb of the Spider Queen. One of my favorite maps. And our first ban, Scary Gary. Strategy. We need more wave clear than Naz and Chen. Ah, that's crazy. You don't need wave clear on Alterac. Deathwing immediately banned ban Anduin. And you just ban the Anubarak too? Thank you for the follow, Fading Cheshi. Welcome in. And Hogger Band. First pick, I really like Johanna here. Yep, makes sense. And we immediately see the Maiev taken. And what else? Varian? There's Maya Varian here? I guess I don't hate that. Oh, he instead take the Anubarak. Alright. Thank you for the follow, Sidonian, as well. The Sylvanas is going to switch teams. Stark taking Samuro. Not exactly known for the Samuro map that is Tomb of the Spider Queen, but let's see how that plays out. The wave clear was Rhaegar and Joe. Nah, if you're counting Joe as wave clear, you're not doing it right. I do think Thrall would have been an okay pick into it. Or even like Sonya, maybe. I mean, obviously, Blaze existed. Blaze still existed. That follow alert was so loud. Yeah, can I change how loud those are? I must be able to, because they are crazy loud. Ooh, Goldaniel and Ariel. I think I have to do that through Stream Elements, though. And then go to Overlays, and then go to... Then I have to connect the thing. By the way, I kind of glossed over it, but Abathur banned, obviously, because of the Samuro. And we have Rhaegar and Kel'Thas. The optimal pick was Matthew. Yeah. I know you can change it. I'm just trying to I'm trying to think of the easiest way to do that without because when I go to settings, streaming tools, overlays, glitch alerts. Do we have a Gibbs kill count up? Yes, we do. We are at 2 and growing. Yeah, remind me, Canny, if I'm not immediately casting again after this to fix that. From left to right tonight, our home team, it is BeatGen. Oops, I need to get the logo up there. Bam! Fixed it. BeatGen El Classico. We have Wono on the Goldaniel. He paid for skin. Look at this man, paying for skins. Linehouse on Ariel. Giblets playing the tongue man. That's the Haka. Randy Newman on Maiev. And Shenanigans on Anubarak. From right to left, we have gillyShark at Bingo Night, up 1-0. It is Grand Paladin on Johanna, Miller Coffee on Rhaegar, EKB, EKEEB on the Kel'Thas, Stark on Samuro, and in the bottom lane here, Iron on Sylvanas. And let's take a look at our level 1s, as both Syl and... this is interesting. So he's been spotted, but they don't know he's been spotted. Tongue is gonna miss. And what's going on here? Okay, wave clear is happening. Syl is gonna get out of here. No time at all. Both teams are playing for this camp. It was a really interesting interaction. We have Naisha's. And I missed First Blood, but I will not miss Second Blood as Randy Newman is about to go down. Alright. I did miss Second Blood. So that has to count for something. And we did already see the Kel'Thas death here in the top lane, a DPS death in the bot lane. And they are very, very low, by the way. Miller Coffee is probably just dead. Linehouse, is he going to get the whip? Oh, he's got 15 HP! Oh, and he lives! The Searing Light. The value. But not quite the value they were looking for. I mean, Miller, she's got 200 HP. Can they win this? I don't think so. Linehouse has to get on this if they want to try to fight this. Randy Newman's here as well. He immediately gets hatted. And Dahaka will fall. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, gillyShark continuing to farm. And with the Dahaka death, we can put that number up to 3 in just a moment. But we're going to follow this camp here. Iron is getting pretty low. Giblets is here. Unstop isn't going to be able to heal much. And a nice counter kill there on the Sylvanas. But tower already kaput in the bot lane. And do we see a gank here in the top? Not quite. Alright, while I have a moment, we upgrade this to 3. Gibbs looking for a tongue. This time finds it. Gonna be able to swap to another clone here with a little bit more health. If they want to. Shenanigans gets his turn in here. Looks like gillyShark's about 10 spider butts ahead so far. Sylvanas at 33 stacks. And we have an E-build Gul'dan. A nice stun there by the Anubarak to able to get the pull. The whip is almost enough to get the kill. Kind of surprised they didn't go harder on that. The whip was kind of like a, nah, I'm done with you type whip. As Giblets misses his second or third or probably fourth tongue of the game. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the mid lane here and see what's going on. A lot of wave clear, and Anubarak actually goes over the wall, and Shenanigans is not long for this world. Bit of a miss micro there. Fat Anub has been called. Everybody's on fire. Wono has 22 gems. If he goes down, if they all go down, it's going to be a disaster for BeatGen. Another one will fall. And gillyShark looking very strong here in Game 2. Very similar start to their Game 1 performance. Randy Newman getting some resets. gillyShark ahead 3 kills, ahead in XP, ahead in gems. Doing everything right here in the early stages of this Tomb of the Spider Queen game. Very snowball-y map. Looks like they're trying to gank this Dahaka, and they will successfully be doing that. I don't think Snag is going to be able to do much, except maybe collect a gem or two. A nice gank there, and more importantly, let's get a number 4 on the board. Ladies and gentlemen, Gibbs Death number 4. Ding! I used to have a sound for that. We have the Noble Steed Johanna. Uh-oh. Randy Newman is caught out here quite a bit. And yeah, he's gonna try to stall, but will pay for it with his life. As gillyShark continues to get further and further ahead. Red team now gonna get the Web Weavers descending upon BeatGen. Randy Newman is just heading back now from his long winter's nap. I spend a lot of time here in the offlane, but I feel like this is where all the action has been happening. Let's take a look here in the top lane and see if a gank is coming out. It looks like Wono might be the target. Grand Paladin popping that shield, trying to get a scoop. Not going to find it this time. Doesn't mean it won't happen again. Iron caught out a little bit. Nice cleanse there from Miller. Iron very much playing with fire, though. Gul'dan at 25 stacks, doing a pretty good job considering how difficult I feel like that quest to stack is in a real competitive game. It's a lot easier in an ARAM, but competitively, it's not great. 5-man effort here in the mid lane for the red team. Let's see if they try to take this middle building with their level 10s. Shield is used. Grand Paladin gonna pop an unstop. But now here's Randy Newman to provide some support in the way of knives. And let's take a look at our level 10s. We saw a couple of them used already. It's going to be Illusion Master, Blessed Shield, Silence Arrow, or the Wailing Arrow, Phoenix, and Ancestral. And blue Webweavers are descending. They caught up a little bit in XP. I'm not entirely sure how. Well, I guess they're still almost a full level down. But they're able to keep all their buildings. They're going to get level 10s before this spiders are going to descend. We have Fear, Isolation, Cocoon, I'm sure Aegis, and what will be Disc. Yeah. So all the usual suspects for the blue team. Gibbs is kind of getting dumpstered by the Samuro on the bottom lane. Nice pull here. They go on to Miller Coffee. Does have Ancestral if he feels it necessary. Fear looks like it didn't quite connect in the way they were looking for. And already a very quick clear here from the side of gillyShark. Let's see if Randy Newman's going to look for a pull here against the wall or when this wall goes down. Gibbs is here as well, going to look for a tongue. But Iron doing a great job zoning out the Dahaka. Now in the bottom lane, Giblet's under a lot of fire. Doesn't have a lot of essence available. Johanna getting low, and we're going to see a disc onto the Joe. Letting it go the full duration just for the mind games. Johanna comfortably safe behind the wall. Giblet's looking for a tongue. Not going to find one this time around, and Stark's going to get in his 29 gems. What's up, everyone? I'm just here for the games to watch Gibbs kill count. Excellent. You have come to the right place. We are at 4 tonight. It's been a great night for those of Gibbs death enjoyers. Stark playing that bottom lane matchup really well. And we do have 40 echoed corruption stacks, so get the additional, I don't know, 3 circles on the way back, for lack of a better way of explaining it. Level 13 is about to pop for the side of gillyShark, as the camp here will be cleared out rather quickly between Iron and EKEEB. What's going on here in the bottom lane? Gibbs getting a little bit of revenge here. Stark was low and needed a tap. Kel'Thas completes the level 1. We really haven't seen a big engage from the side of BeatGen here, and Nubrax taking a brunt of damage. Dig is up. Nice cleanse there from the Rhaegar before he gets Cocoon. Beautiful silence arrow from Syl is going to completely negate the frontline engage here. A Nubrax greening low and at 80 HP. The bomb, living bomb, will produce a dead body. Good tongue, but even better damage here from the Kel'Thas. And it's a 1-0. The Anub will fall. Samuro gonna get 6 more gems in here, and the next objective. Dahaka was just pinged as the main target for gillyShark. Somewhere Peldor is happy with Samo's playing. Yeah, I had that thought as well as I saw Samuro picked. I don't see too many people playing Samuro. And it's been a few seasons since I played against gillyShark. I mean, Stark is very much farming here. Let's take a look at our mid fort. This will be our first fort going down in this game. And it looks like we have a big gank now in the bottom lane. 38 gems. Blue team needs to run at this Dahaka if they're going to try to save him. Rhaegar has taken a lot of damage, but not as much damage as the Dahaka. 38 gems lie on the floor An absolute disaster. But maybe they're going to get a trade here. Grand Paladin has 30 gems, and they are going down too. And now Red Team's going to have to try to get them. Stark is low as well. Stark dies to the Aegis and the Gul'dan damage. And it was going to be okay, but now it's going to be a disaster for gillyShark. Losing so many gems. 26 are trying to make it to the gate. They're trying to taxi them out of here. They get 28 of them. Both teams losing a tremendous amount of gems. And BeatGen El Classico coming out very slightly on top. They get a couple of kills, they get some comeback XP, and they make sure that gillyShark loses some gems. But they finally, BeatGen showing a little bit of life in the team fight department. Randy Newman scared people away, honestly. Was mad that they took the camp from him. Linehouse trolling Wono a little bit there. Whiff the whip, making sure that he doesn't complete his quest anytime soon. But gillyShark will be full up for this objective. I don't think it's going to get much value. Red Team has a very large amount of wave clear with the Samuro, with the Sylvanas. Gibbs is going to have to try to get out of here, and maybe he's just dead again. We can only hope. 600 HP, it will be enough. Gibbs will get out of there, and Randy Newman now maybe looking for a kill. But let's check back in at our top lane here. It's a 3-on-3. And as I suspected, the Spider didn't get much value here. Check in with the mid lane, and also almost a dead Spider. So this turn-in, not going to produce a whole lot of structure damage for the blue team. Nice clear here from gillyShark. As Snag gets lit on fire, we have a big engage in the back lane. Gibbs getting a tongue, but quickly getting run down here by Iron. Look at this. Stacking like crazy. Big ISO. Gonna connect on the Sylvanas. Johanna is steeding in as the Kel'Thas gets cocooned in the backline as a disengage. Both teams not... Oh, it's not true. gillyShark is quite close to having a turn in here. Them being 10 away. BeatGen 30 off their next objective. And Rhaegar is a little bit out. Took a lot of damage there from the Gul'dan. Now 66 stacks. And there is the super loud notification. Thank you, Yanthor. Hots is life for the 3 months. Appreciate you very much. Blue team guarding turn in. gillyShark getting their bruiser camp out. They do have turn in now. They're 4 over. Kel'Thas with double Q at 16. The wave clear tails are online. Let's see if either team is going to try to fight here. The Samuro is pushing bottom. Going to have to be dealt with here relatively soon. And a red team does get their Web Weaver turn in. Samuro, I mean, again, like I just don't feel like this hero should be getting this much value, but Stark has just been kind of running it in the bottom lane. And he's taking both towers and the wall here before the Web Weaver even spawns. Like, this is crazy. And he's just going to walk out. And by walk out, I mean he's just going to sit here and beat the absolute piss out of Dahaka. And yeah, with black arrows, it should be a relatively easy keep. Nice tongue there from Giblets. Stark going to be able to get to somebody else and get out of dodge. Fear going to disengage the back line. Wono needed the Aegis there. But Snag will be the first to fall. Grand Paladin marching forward did use that shield. Wono, now Silence, going to make it really hard for him to press any more buttons. And this might be the game. If anybody else from BeatGen dies, it looks like... Yeah, it looks like gillyShark's just going to full send core. They have the Samuro, they have a Spider here, 75% on core. It's going to take a lot for BeatGen to actually stop him here, and I think this is just game 40% and dropping fast. Yeah, this will do it. gillyShark coming in, and they will win 2-0. Very quick series here. Damn, I mean, just like that, the game is over. Couple nice kills, And honestly, it all started with the play in Samuro in the bot lane. Like, being able to have that huge wave and to take both towers and the wall before the spider had even landed was the big reason they were able just to push that keep, turn it off, run at the heroes, and GG go next. So yeah, that's it. Who? There was a team I was gonna cast like at 9:30, I think. All right, chat. Are we casting a heroic Banana Fever against Crit Kickers, or Div D Sugarman's Soggy Sandwich Shop against Cosmos? Everybody vote. It starts in 2 minutes, so you have literally 1 minute to make a decision. Congrats again to gillyShark at Bingo Night. 2-0 victory in a very dominant fashion. I mean, that literally less than an hour, and we're out of here. That's what I love to see. I mean, I prefer game 3s, but if I can cast more games, all the better. Alright, nobody's saying anything. That means I'm going to pick by myself. And if I have to pick, it's going to be Div D. Who's Banana Fever? Oh, Final Stand. Okay, well, they're going to win. Lower Div? Alright, lower Div. We had one person vote. That's all I needed to see. Honestly, Banana Fever is going to probably win that game pretty easily. So we're just going to... Okay, I have to restart the cast, though. So that everything stays the same. I will be back very shortly. Thanks for stopping by. If you have no interest in Div D, you can go away, but I hope you stick around. I'll be right back.